In this video, I'm going to go over how to reconnect with your pelvic floor muscles in the side lying position, which is a pose included in Series 2 of the Deep Core Reconnect method. If you haven't already watched Positional Basics, the very first video, and then the diaphragmatic breathing video, please watch that first unless I've told you otherwise. So to reconnect with your pelvic floor muscles, it's really helpful to know where you're starting, like what we're working with. So how you know that is working with a professional and understanding if you need to focus on the front half of the pelvic floor muscles versus the back half of the pelvic floor muscles, or with this methodology of reconnecting, the purpose is to build a foundation, and we're focusing on posture. So it's not fast or powerful contractions. So whenever I talk about taking up the slack, it's just connecting enough to create tension in the system. Everyone's taking up the slack. The amount they need to take up the slack is going to be different, and that's the importance of having an individualized exam so you know what you need. In generally speaking, I'm going to give you to focus on both halves, but that may not work for you, so keep that in mind. When you connect with your pelvic floor muscles and it's a balanced strategy, we want to feel it very deep. So I'm going to refer to connecting with beans, and we want you to feel it really low and deep, either between the sit bones area or very low in the low abdomen region. So let's get into it, and then I'll walk you through any problem-solving tips as we go along. So the side lying position, shoulders and hips. Shoulders are stacked, hips are stacked on top of one another. Shoulders and hips are square. We're slightly leaning forward. Chest is open, neck is long, so we're neutral spine from the crown to our tailbone. What I want you to do is I want you to imagine that you had two beans. One bean is sitting in the vaginal canal, and one is in your anus. You're going to gently contract your muscles around the beans simultaneously and pull them into the canals. Lift them up into the canals, and you're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then gradually bring them back to the starting position, and then repeat. Gently contract, lift them up, hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and control them back to the starting position. When you're contracting around the beans, be sure that your glutes are not squeezing, your inner thighs are not squeezing. You're not breathing in or holding your breath as you do that. And if you are, try to not do that and see if you feel it in the same area. If it's harder or easier, most likely it's going to be harder. Also check that you're not overly gripping your abs, and the way to do that is to place your fingertips inside your front pelvic bone and feel you notice like hardening in the abdominals down there, and then just soften your belly as you maintain your contraction and see if it's more isolated lower as you let go of your belly. How I typically program this is 1 to 2 rounds of anywhere from 5 to 15 to 20 reps, depending on an individual's goals and their starting level of fitness with this stuff. And then we quickly progress out of this just isolated training, whether that be we add movements like a hip movement, arm movement, or we progress into a harder position. It just depends on the person. If you have any questions about this, please comment below. Otherwise, I will see you on the next video.